Hello, my name is Chris Acquavella and I am here to tell you about the 2023 San Diego Classical Mandolin Camp. After a 3-year hiatus, we are so excited about this year's upcoming gathering in San Diego, California from August 14th to 19th at the Handlery Hotel in Mission Valley. The San Diego Classical Mandolin Camp will explore the depth and breadth of the classical mandolin, from baroque to modern times, through 5 days of intensive classes, ensemble rehearsals, and concerts. SDCMC strives to create a fun musical experience for mandolinists of all ages and abilities. Instructors will lead students through a journey of classical mandolin repertoire, history, technique, ornamentation, and ensemble playing. Let's get to know what's happening at the 9th annual SDCMC. We are so pleased to have Japanese virtuoso Takaaki Shibata as one of our guest instructors. Shibata studied at the Music Academy der Stadt Kassel. He won 2nd place at the 15th Japan Mandolin Solo Competition, 3rd place at the 2nd International Mandolin Solo Competition in Schweinfurt, and 1st place at the 2nd European International Mandolin Solo Competition in Saarland. He toured with Ensemble Filmmusica, directed by the late Kuwahara. As a soloist, Shibata has been invited to international music festivals around the world and has released several albums. At present, Shibata performs as a soloist around Japan and lecturer at the Osaka College of Music. He is the chairman of the Mandolin Orchestra Guild, also music instructor at Kyoto University Mandolin Orchestra, Uji Mandolin Ensemble Flora, and Japan's Super Youth Mandolin Orchestra. He has studied under Masaki Kinoshita, Gertrude Wehofen, and Stefan Treckel. Takaaki will be teaching 3 classes and conducting 1 orchestral work with the SDCMC ensemble. His beginner class is called The Art of Right Hand Technique. This class will focus on various uses of the plectrum, including creating good tone, classical right hand techniques, and density of tremolo. Takaaki will give students a look into what makes up his amazing technique and sound. His advanced class is Fantasy Sakura by Masaji Nawata. Sakura is a traditional Japanese song which was arranged for a romantic solo mandolin. This piece requires tremolo, duo style, natural harmonics, and various arpeggio techniques, and for the left hand, position shifting and chords. Takaaki will work on the various techniques, phrasing, and creating musical expression with the class. His general subject is called The Introduction of Mandolin in Japan. This will be a lecture on the history of the mandolin in Japan, covering a time frame from 1870s to modern times. This class will include information on Kalache's visit to Japan, important promoters, musicians for the mandolin, and after World War II, the emergence of the Japan Mandolin Union. This class will shed some light on the amazing mandolin scene in Japan and all the characters who helped build it to what it is today. And his orchestral selection is I Mandolini al Congresso by C.A. Bracco. Also joining the artistic staff this year is Ian Lennon from Scotland. After graduating from the University of Glasgow in 2017, where he studied with Barbara Pomeranka-Steele and Chris Acquavella, he moved to Germany and completed his master's degree with full marks under Professor Katharina Lichtenberg, Annika Hinsche, and Mike Marshall at the Cologne Academy of Music and Dance in Wuppertal. Ian Lennon was a prize winner at the 2019 Modena International Solo Mandolin Competition. Ian has been concertmaster of the British Fretted Orchestra and the Jungen Zuchorchester North Rhine-Westphalia. He is a founding member of Chordophonia Chamber Orchestra for plucked strings and the Alafia Ensemble. Since 2018, he has been the musical director of numerous mandolin and guitar orchestras, as well as a private instructor. Ian Lennon will be teaching 3 classes and conducting 1 piece with the SDCMC ensemble. Ian's beginner's class is called Coordination and the Power of Repetition. The aim here is to improve legato playing, particularly in more rapid sections of music. This class will look at ways of breaking down and making variations of quicker or more complicated passages to synchronize the right and left hand, and ultimately make them flow better and more smoothly together. Ian's advanced class is Sonata No. 3, Opus 1 by Gabriele Leone. Leone is one of the most important composers for the mandolin from the 18th century. Leone was a great virtuoso, and in his sonata uses arpeggio technique, chords, split string chords, and polyphonic voicings. Another challenge of this style of music is to capture the elegance and lightness of the early classical period. We will be using the original manuscript score, so those with a mandocello or liuto cantabile are welcome to play the bass part. Ian's general subject is called the art of imitation. We have quite a diverse sound palette on the mandolin, but what techniques can we use and adapt from other instruments? How can we imitate similar instruments from different cultures, for example? Or how can we make our plucked instrument imitate bowed strings, wind instruments, or percussion instruments? This class will explore a range of playing styles to broaden our scope of music making and blend our sound with other types of instruments. And Ian's orchestral selection is Kitara by Eileen Pakenham. SDCMC's third instructor will be myself, Chris Acquavella. For those who don't know me, I graduated from Trinity College of Music in London, studying mandolin under the instruction of Alison Stevens and composition with Andrew Poppy. I have won the Wolfson Foundation Music Award, was awarded the TCM Trust Silver Medal, as well as winning first place at the 2016 Call for Scores, hosted by the Kalamazoo Mandolin and Guitar Orchestra. I have released 5 CDs and performed with various orchestras and ensembles throughout the world. I have performed and taught workshops at the CMSA conventions, River of the West Camp, the David Grisman and Mike Marshall Mandolin Symposium, the annual course of the Austrian Federation of Amateur Musicians, the summer school of the British BMG Federation, as well as being founder and director of the San Diego Classical Mandolin Camp. My passion is composing new repertoire for the classical mandolin. My compositions are currently published through Joachim Treckel Music Verlag in Hamburg and Astute Music Limited in the UK. This summer will be the 9th annual San Diego Classical Mandolin Camp, and I am really looking forward to exploring new territory with new and returning participants. This year, I will also be teaching 3 classes and conducting 2 orchestral pieces. My first class, my beginner class, is called the British School of William Fletcher Jr. This class will investigate the English-born mandolinist that helped shape the British classical mandolin scene in the late 19th century. We will examine his mandolin method, teaching style, and play through some of his pieces for solo mandolin and piano. My advanced class is Mazurka da Concerto, Opus 126 for solo mandolin and piano. This is a fantastic piece by the Italian maestro Raffaele Calace. It features long, sweet tremolo passages, double stops, artificial harmonics, and use of the complete fingerboard. This piece can be as haunting as it is virtuosic. My general subject is called Working on Techniques through Etudes. Over the last 4 years, I have composed over 30 etudes for my students, which is about to be published through Treckel. We will examine this new work and the techniques that are featured. I will demonstrate how etudes can be a fun and helpful way for building good technique, stamina, and dexterity, as well as introducing new pieces to all of you. My orchestral selections are Mandolin Concerto in C Major, RV 425, by Antonio Vivaldi, featuring Noah Scalzo as soloist. And my main piece is called Remembrance of a Beautiful Soul by Chris Acquavella, me. There will be plenty to learn, but most importantly, we want everyone to enjoy their time with us in San Diego. This year, we will be returning to the Handlery Hotel. This year's camp will be from August 14th to the 19th. It will be 5 full days of classes, rehearsals, concerts, and enjoying each other's company. Each evening, there will be a featured artist concert, with the final evening culminating with the SDCMC orchestra performance. For more information, please check out our website at www.sdclassicalmandolincamp.com. We hope to see you all there.